John Andrews, true champions. True champions, John Andrews.
Did you know that the doctor who pioneered the lobotomy won the Nobel Prize for it? A lobotomy is where they sever the connections in your brain to strip you of your cognitive functions and put you in a state one doctor described as surgically induced childhood. At least that's the plan. Many lobotomy patients died on the table, and most who survived succumbed to suicide soon after, or lived out their days bedridden. Despite this, the revered Nobel Committee said that this barbaric procedure provides, and I quote, therapeutic value in certain psychoses. Why do you look horrified? Did I just diminish the prestige of the Nobel Prize a wee bit in your mind? Then I'm off to a good start, because my goal is to make you think less about all awards and accolades. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished judges who would never make a decision as baffling as that Nobel Committee. Why do we pursue awards and accolades so vigorously? Well, as past Toastmasters International President Balraj Al-Nasram said, deep within every person is a yearning to feel significant. But while awards and accolades might make you feel significant, they can't bring you true significance, and I'll prove it. Do you know why you found it so shocking to learn Dr. Lobotomy won the Nobel Prize? It's because we hold it up as the pinnacle of intellectual achievement, don't we? Of course we do. But as prestigious as that award is, could you even name the last 3 winners of it? I'll even let you pick the category as long as it's not peace, because you don't need to be smart to win the Peace Prize. It was tailor-made for politicians. So that leaves physics, chemistry, medicine, economics, literature. If you can name the last 3 winners in any one field, raise your hand. Whoa, look around. We're talking about people who have proven they're among the absolute smartest on our planet, and yet, in a room this size, no one can even name them. Did they then achieve true significance? On the other hand, can you name 3 people who invested in you and made you a better person? Start with your teachers. Did you have any who saw something special in you and then worked extra hard to encourage it? When you got into the workforce, did you have mentors who poured their knowledge and experience into you in addition to doing their real jobs because they believed in you? And hey, maybe some of your biggest investors are right here in Toastmasters because they made you the speaker and leader you are today. Now, I could continue with cases of clergy, coaches, and kin, but I'll cut it and simply ask, if you can name 3 people who invested in you, raise your hand. Higher. Keep it up and look around again. Now tell me, to whom would you ascribe more significance? To those who proved themselves or those who improved you? Now, it may seem disingenuous that I am trying to win a competition by decrying awards and accolades. Okay, first off, that's a very astute objection. I am so glad I raised it. Secondly, how about I tell you how I learned this lesson myself? A few years ago, I took part in the international speech competition, and I made it all the way to the final round. Big stage, world convention, and I lost. Have you ever worked really hard on something really big that was really important to you, only to fail? Then you know how I felt. And I got an email from a gentleman I met at the convention. He said, "Thank you for your speech. It was a masterpiece." And I responded, "Why couldn't you be a judge?" All caps. That's when he said something that blew my mind, only I wouldn't say it was a truth bomb. It was more like a truth grenade. They're similar, except you throw a grenade out there and then you have to wait a while for it to go off. So he threw that grenade with his response, more on that in a minute. Over the next 2 years, I went to the Toastmasters International Convention, and I met people from around the world who remembered my performance. And they said things to me like, "I was hurting, and your words brought me comfort. And you opened my eyes to new possibilities." I even had one finalist tell me the speech I gave 2 years earlier inspired the one he was giving that day to try to become world champion. Boom! That's when the truth grenade went off in my head, and I started believing what this man said. See, when I was so down because I couldn't win a trophy, this is the grenade he threw. Not every champion is remembered. But if you are remembered, then you are a true champion. Not every champion is remembered. But if you are remembered, then you are a true champion. It took a long time for that grenade to go off, but I can honestly say as I stand here today, I would rather know that my speeches heal, inspire, and build you up than know I just made the judges check every box on their ballots. The reason I compete is not so I can have a bigger trophy to put on my mantle. I compete so I can have a bigger audience next time to whom I can spread my message. The message that deep within every person is a yearning to feel significant. But you have shown with your own hand that you will attribute far more significance to people who invested in you than to people with the highest of accolades. So I will leave you with this. Remember when I asked you for your top 3 investors earlier? Nod louder, please. Yes. Thank you. If I asked everyone in the world for their list, would your name be on any of them? If you yearn for true significance, you will not find it in awards and accolades. You will get it by making people better, thus making them remember you. Because not every champion is remembered. Oh, but if you are remembered, then say it with me, you are a true champion. Mr. Chair.